Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Harrison and welcome to School of Swipe. So today we're going to be talking about factorizing by the quadratic formula. And the formula for the quadratic equation is this. It's quite a mouthful. It's x equals to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Yeah, it's quite a bit. So you do need to memorize this. You do need to look at it, unless it comes out in your formula paper, and unless your teacher just told you you don't need to memorize it, we'll give it to you during the exam. But otherwise, just do what you can to memorize it. Write it down a couple of times, put it on a notepad, and just paste it around your room. Okay, so this can be used to solve any quadratic equation. Just put in the coefficients. The coefficients are the number that's in front of the term, in front of x, in front of x squared, and so on and so forth. So what is a, what is b, what is c? So a is the number right in front of x squared, which is 2, and b is the number right in front of x. It's not just 4, it's negative 4, and c is everything else that doesn't have an x next to it, so that's negative 16. So by putting that all in, we have minus b, and in this case our b is negative, so we have minus a negative number, plus minus b squared minus 4. This 4 it's already in the formula. A is 2 and c is negative 16. So let's just go through this. So negative 4 multiplied by negative 4, we still get 4. Negative 4 squared is actually 16 squared. Negative 4 squared is actually 16. And then minus 4 times 2 times 16. I forgot what that number is, but you're multiplying 8 times 16. Alright, and then finally you get 144. So when you square root 144 is actually 12. So 4 plus minus 12, that's actually 1 plus minus 3, and that's how we get our two answers. So I can also demo this to you with the calculator. So okay, so what we can do is go down to this thing. You can try this on the scientific calculator. Even if it's not a graphic calculator, you can do that as well. So polyroot finder, next I put this in just now, 2, 4 and negative 2, negative 4 and negative 16. Even though it's A2, A1, A0, it's actually the same thing as your ABC here, so don't need to worry about that. And here we have our answer, x equals to 4 and x equals to negative 2. So okay, so I just need to give a side note and say that some quadratic equations will not produce real roots. So something like this, if you try to put this in, what will happen is that so this is fine, and what we have here, we'll have 9 minus 16, and that will give us negative 7. So there's such a thing as imaginary numbers, but that's not what we're going to talk about here. So for now, we're just going to say that there are no real roots. So what that looks like on the calculator is that okay, hang on, next. So if we try to put this in, we'll put in 4, negative 3 and positive 1, and we'll try to solve it, but it can't be found, and they say that there's no real roots. So that is the end of factorizing, but I'm just going to be talking about discriminants since it's a related topic. So so just now we tried an equation that wouldn't give us any real roots. So this is another example of an equation that won't give us any real roots, x squared minus 4x plus 10. And what happens is you might either use a calculator or you use the quadratic formula like earlier, but you won't get a real root. So this is because you cannot square root a negative number. You can, but it's another topic, but we're not going to talk about it. So we simply say that such an equation has no real roots. So hence, when we look at quadratic equations, we can classify them into 3 types: those with 2 roots, those with 1 root, and those with no real roots. Okay, so if we draw them out on the y-axis, on the graph, so those with 2 roots, they'll say as it intersects the x-axis twice, and those with 1 root, they can say it touches the x-axis and it goes up again. And those with no real roots, we simply say that it does not touch the x-axis at all. So let's just go to the next slide. So a quick way to tell how many roots there are is to evaluate the discriminant. So instead of evaluating the whole equation, you only need to look at the part that's right underneath the square root. And the part is b squared minus 4ac. So hence there are three possible types of values you can take: positive, negative, and 0. So the reason for this, and the reason for 2 real roots, 1 real root, no real root, we'll explain it later. So when you square root of positive numbers, you get 2 numbers, one positive, one negative. So when we see that negative 3 square will give us 9. 3 square will also give us 9. So when you square root 9, you're not just doing square root 9. You have to add a plus minus in front of it as well. So you get plus minus 3 as an answer. So when you square root 0, you only get one answer, 0. When you square root a negative number, you don't get any real number as an answer. So how this looks like in the quadratic equation is like this. So again, if this is a positive number, your x can end up having 2 values. If it's 0, your x has only one value, which is minus b over 2a. And if it's a negative number, you have no real number as an answer. So yeah, this is how it looks like. Not touching the x-axis at all, touching the x-axis one time, and touching the x-axis 2 times. And that leads us to graphing quadratic equations, but that would be another topic for another day. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have more questions regarding this topic, just leave a comment below. If you found this useful, please like and share with your friends and subscribe for more videos. I'm always happy to create more videos for you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate you watching this video, and just thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.